Hi guys, it's LpsHoney. Today we're going to be jumping down the rabbit hole of mysteries that is the Maltese LPS dog breed. Now I know what you're probably thinking, we've had the Maltese LPS mold for years, it's nothing new, and it's actually seen quite a few iterations throughout the generations. I had the classic original version, which I swear I own but can't find anywhere in my collection, so I'm convinced there's a gremlin stealing my LPS. But this is what she looks like. Very nostalgic, very iconic, and very old school magnet LPS. Then we have this version, which is also a G2 mold. This one here specifically is a G7 iteration, but it was released back when G2 was a thing, and it's also classed as a Maltese. We also had this Maltese during G2. They only made one of this mold from my knowledge, and that's because it came with the real hair that you could like brush and style and everything, so they never ended up making any more. But again, interestingly, it's classed as a Maltese pet. We even saw them in the G6 era with a family pack consisting of a dad and mum Maltese with a bunch of little puppies, as well as these two just showing up multiple times throughout the generation.
Hi, Editing Honey here. I just wanted to mention that there was also a G4 Maltese called Princess Story Jameson. It's actually the exact same character of this mini Maltese, which I'm going to be talking about today, but I just thought it was interesting that they also released a G4 version of this same pet in a different generational design.
So it's a pretty well-known breed that's been around since the beginning of G2 LPS all the way till current day. So you might be thinking, what do I mean when I say I jumped down the rabbit hole of the Maltese mold? Well, that's because all those iterations I just showed you, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the elusive G3 Maltese. I'm sure when you think of G3, you think of pets like this, but surprisingly, the Maltese during the G3 generation looks nothing like these pets. And that really surprised me. My journey all began with this image here. I saw this pet and originally thought it was a G2 LpsHoney just looking at it. It doesn't look G3 to me personally, so I went on a little hunt around to try and find out where this pet originated from. I found out that this particular design was sold in a playset during the G3 era. It came with a Zoe Trent pet, as well as a little fire hydrant house, which is really adorable. And it kind of looks like a mini-sized pet based off the image. So from there, I did some more hunting and found out that there were actually a total of 3 releases of this particular mold. 2 full-sized LPS and 1 kind of mini-looking LPS. And I knew I had to find them. They just seemed so different to me. They're in an era or generation of LPS that are defined by tiny little pointy legs and very questionable designs, where these Maltese pets stuck out to me as almost looking G2-esque. On top of that, I've never really seen people lovingly post about them. I couldn't find any images on Instagram, nor any videos on YouTube specifically about these pets. There are a few listings on eBay of people selling them, but it's not a super common, popular littlest pet shop that people are gnawing to get their hands at. So I bought all 3. And today we're going to open them up because I'm so excited to see what they're like in person. Like I said, there were only 3 versions of this pet made, so I have all 3 variations now, which is so cool. I'm really hoping the ones I got arrived in good condition because I did buy them from AliExpress because it was a bit cheaper, but you do risk the quality, so hopefully they're all okay. I guess for anyone else wanting information about these Maltese pets, this can be your video to point to. So here's our 2 packages. The one on the right contains the mini Maltese, and the one on the left contains the 2 regular size Maltese, and a few other LPS that I wanted from the seller. I'll show you everything in the package, but we're still focusing on the Maltese today. I'm going to start with our mini Maltese because this is the first one I saw that really sparked my interest in this mold. Holy crap, she's tiny. I knew she was going to be a mini LPS, but I didn't know it was going to be this small. Here's a little size comparison next to my mascot, and keep in mind my mascot is normally a little shorter than most LPS. So this is the Maltese that's sold in the fire hydrant playset. It's definitely a mini pet. It is not a regular size pet by any means. It seems to have a head on a ball joint, so it can turn, but it doesn't have a bobble. One's body's a little dirty, but I'm pretty sure I can clean it up. But I'm surprised with the amount of little details on her. She has bows in her hair, on the tail, and you can kind of see under her head there's like a little built-in bow pattern. She's really, really adorable, and I'm excited to see how she stacks up against a regular sized one. Also, another cool detail is she also has little paws underneath. Definitely a lot of detail for a G3 pet, especially a mini one as well. It definitely is the eyes for me that give it that G2 feel, even though it is a G3 pet technically without a bobble head. But I think because the mold doesn't have those pointy legs as well, it really does work in the favor of the pet to make it a lot cuter. Also, can we just appreciate how accurate this design is to Maltese dogs that are in like dog shows? It's incredibly accurate, like the bows in the hair and everything. It's so cute. Let's open up our other package and see what the full-sized versions of this pet are like, and see if they stand up to the quality of this mini one. So like I said, this second package does have a couple pets that aren't Maltese, so I'll show them to you quickly, but I do still want this video to remain about the Maltese dogs because there's not a lot of info out there about them, and I'm personally really invested and interested in them. Our Maltese fell out of the packet, but he looks to be pretty good so far. It's the third and final design that they released, but let me quickly show you what else came in this package. I got these two seahorses. They're the same, and they're quite cheap and easy to get a hold of on AliExpress. I have some mythical customs I have planned and needed the seahorses' bodies to make them a reality, so I decided to get these two to use for those customs. I also got this bunny. I believe he's a blind bag pet, and I really do love the simplistic rabbit designs, so when I saw that the seller only had one of this little guy left, I knew I had to get him, and he's freaking adorable. Just look at that little face. He is a little darling. But back to the Maltese, the whole point of this video. So these here are the two regular sized G3 Maltese that we released. The only two regular sized G3 Maltese designs that were released, which is kind of crazy to me because they look really cute. There's our mini Maltese for size comparison, and as you can see, they are quite a lot bigger than this little gal at the front. Surprisingly though, these larger Maltese's molds are pretty much identical to that mini one. So we'll start with this one here. It has this sprinkle design, and this one is definitely the most G3 looking out of all three of them, and that's mainly because of the eyes. With the bright colors and the bold eyelashes and eyeliner, it really does look more G3 than the other two. I don't think it looks bad at all though, and I actually quite like the color combination of the purple, green, and white. I love that they also painted the tongue. That is such a nice detail because the other two don't have a painted tongue. I think this mold is just freaking adorable, and I'm so glad that I could finally experience it in person to actually see what it's like. Just like all the other G3 pets, they do have the ball jointed head, so they cannot bobble, but of course you can swivel their head on the spot. I think the paint job's really well done. Obviously mine looks a little scruffy because it's come from AliExpress, where some of the pet's conditions are definitely not up to code. But also, as well, this pet has paws underneath, just like our mini one. We've seen mummy and baby pets before, but baby pets are very specifically their own thing, where this Maltese is literally a shrunken down version of the regular pet. One thing I will mention about these Maltese pets is that they do have very shallow eyes, almost reminiscent of sticker eyes. When you get an LPS, you can kind of feel the eye indent, but on these, it's very, very shallow. You can still feel it, but like I said, it's almost like a sticker. And then the last Maltese they made was this one. It's a blind bag pet, so it is one solid color with no details, something that they've done tons of times in the past. But what I find really unique about this pet is its eye color. It is a super pastel light blue. It kind of looks like a grayish white almost, and it gives it this really unique look where it has these almost perfectly white eyes that you've never really seen before on a pet. At least I haven't. I do personally wish there was more detail on this pet, like the nose, tongue, and bows being painted. I think if it had a similar design to our mini one, it would look freaking adorable, because this one's eyes, for me at least, are definitely the most G2-esque.
Editing honey again. I just wanted to show you all a little digital edit I did to show you what this pet could look like if you painted the nose, tongue, and bows, which I'm personally probably going to do. I think it looks a lot cuter with those painted parts, but I wanted to give you like a little look at what it could look like if Hasbro had put that little extra effort in to make it look more G2-like.
If Basic Fun came out tomorrow and was like, here's our new G7 Maltese, I'd believe them. Like, this could definitely fool me into thinking it was a G2. Like, give it a bobble head and he's certified. Which brings me back to, like before, again, no bobble head. This one's also a little dirty and needs a little cleaning on the body. But I'm actually very happy at how well conditioned all of them came in. I'm really happy with these Maltese. I was so invested in finding out what the deal was with this Maltese mold, because like I said, there's not a lot of information about them, and they only made 2 regular and 1 mini. I know in the past Hasbro's made like exclusive molds, like when they made the first rooster there was only 1, same with the baboon or the jaguar, but I feel like during G3 especially, this just seemed like such a waste to create this whole new mold and then only use it 3 times. I would have loved to have seen more of it. I don't know about y'all, but a fully like G2 looking version of this Maltese would be freaking adorable. Also, not to mention, these are like big, sturdy pets. Next to a G2 short hair, it's actually slightly bigger. Just to see what you guys think of this mold, so let me know in the comments down below. Did you know of it before this video? And if so, what were your thoughts on it? I was very intrigued. I had definitely seen this purple one before online in its like original packaging on eBay and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's cute, but I didn't know they made another 2 and that it was during G3 of all places. So now getting all 3 of them and technically completing this Maltese mold is really freaking cool, and I'm excited to release this video to you guys because I just want to know what people think. Like, were you guys as in the dark as me? Maybe I was just completely oblivious and like everybody knew about this pet, but I just didn't know. I especially didn't know they made a mini version. Like, that's crazy to me. But there you have it, the mysterious G3 Maltese. I kind of feel bad calling them G3. I honestly feel like they should be part of G2.5, along with the blind bag pets that are G2 molds with G3 eyes. I just feel like they fit in better with them. But again, let me know what you guys think of them in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe. It helps me out a bunch and I really appreciate it. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.